FAR baby, here we go. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Joey, and I'm going to be your primary instructor for the duration of our time together. I promise I'm going to do everything in my power to not make this mind-numbingly boring, or make you want to scream and break your computer screen because you can't understand what the hell I'm talking about. Okay, and if you consider yourself more of a visual learner, you're in the right place. Because I'll promise you one thing, there's absolutely nothing about looking at a 65-year-old dude's face teaching you this material that is going to help you retain this information. We're not about memorizing a bunch of words, and we're certainly not going to slap you with all the FASB text in a PDF document and call it a review course. We're going to break this material down in a bite-sized problem-solving format. We're going to build a systematic approach, a step-by-step structure so that you can walk into the Prometric Center with your very own mental map. In the same way that if a photo is hanging on your wall, that photo is going to elicit a very specific memory of a certain experience you might have had, right? Maybe the time you went to Hawaii and danced to the Macarena. We're going to try to do the exact same thing with a visual that is going to allow you to have a very specific memory about the content that is going to be tested in the FAR exam. It is our mission to get you to understand everything that you need to know leading up to your exam. The FAR exam is widely known as the beast of the CPA exam. And the reason that they call it the beast is not because it's rocket science and overwhelmingly challenging, right? We're not going to be going through incredibly difficult financial calculations that require one of those expensive calculators that you can get on Amazon. Everything on the FAR exam can be calculated with a basic calculator that you could find right there on your cell phone. Okay, so they call it the beast because there is a ton of information that we're going to go through. Okay, so a lot of people tend to get overwhelmed with how much information that there is. And if this is the first time you're taking the FAR exam and looking at its content, it might be a little bit of a wake-up call that this is not college anymore. The information that you're going to be expected to know is just about everything that's important to preparing financial statements. Okay, with that being said, the reality is that this is all going to be very doable. People pass this exam every single day. We just need to break this up into a bite-sized format that allows you to focus on the most important topics. Okay, that being said, we're going to walk through everything that the blueprint tells us that you need to know, but we're going to focus heavily on what the examiners love to throw your way come exam day. Okay, but instead of telling you anecdotally as if you've been preparing financial statements your entire life, we're going to break this down to the basics, okay? Because we don't assume that you've been an accountant for 20 plus years. Our MO is to break this down into a systematic problem-solving approach. Okay, so we're gonna build ourselves some mental maps in our brain. Our goal is to prepare you so damn well that when you walk into the Prometric Center, you're going to be sitting at your little desk reading the question, and halfway through it, you're going to know exactly what it is they're talking about, and you're going to subsequently know the 3 or 4 possible questions that they could possibly ask. Okay, so we're gonna really break this down for you. We want you to walk out of there so confident that you have nothing to worry about. Okay, but I'm gonna be honest with you. We can only lead a horse to water. We can't make it drink it, so to speak. So what I mean by that is we can't take the test for you. At the end of the day, you must put in the work. We promise to do everything in our power to get you there, but it's going to be up to you to bring it home. This is going to require a lot of dedication. It's going to require the psychological acceptance that this is a pride-swallowing journey that you're committing to, and you have to be ready to do what it takes to get that 75% that you're looking for. Nobody's ever going to ask you, what score did you get on the CPA exam? They're never going to ask you how long it took you to pass the FAR exam, but they will ask you, are you a CPA or not? Okay, so enough of the motivational pep talk. Let's learn some rules for financial statement preparation under United States generally accepted accounting principles. I'm psyched.